All right, Shalom boys here. Well, just on the land, taking a stroll and watching my children play in the trampoline. And, it really got me to thinking. I've said over and over again to ensure that you have set yourself apart from this system as much as you possibly can. And the reason why is because money will put you in a situation where you have to compromise your integrity. You have to compromise your morals, your values. And personally, I believe that whatever somebody wants to do, they have a God-given right to do it. You have freedom of choice. The Creator of all of us gave us that ability to choose what we want to do, right? And so people have a right to take a shot. People have a right to work where they want to work. They made that choice and decision to do that, and I respect that. However, there are people that are making the choice and decision to accept the shot is because they are in need from someone something that they need. They need the money. I mean, it's as simple as that. They need to work. They need the money. And this is how people provide for themselves. Again, hey, that's the choice and decision that you made. And I respect that choice and decision, whether you chose to be a lawyer or a doctor or a CNA or a McDonald's person or an accountant or a real estate person or an entrepreneur selling stocks, bonds, whatever it is that you want, real estate, contractor, plumber, electrician, you chose it. At the end of the day, you chose it. And so a lot of people are in positions where they're having to take this shot. And I just now saw a video of Dimcad, talking about how he's going to opt for the nose swab. So they're going to swab his nose every week or every other week or something like that. And I'm hearing these restrictions come down where people have to and are taking the shots because they need the job. They need the income. And it's a pretty sad thing when you are trading your hard-earned time, energy, and effort, resources, skill sets for paper that they're printing out of thin air, and they're requiring you to take a shot to get it. I mean, it's just one big con. I detest this system. It makes me sick to my stomach. It's a sad deal to see so many friends and family be put in the situation, I'm saying from a secular perspective, folks that I know out in the world being put in the situation that they have to receive this shot. And my heart goes out to these people. It really does. And I just look and I just listen to my children play, and it's just a blessing to know that this is the furthest thing from my mind in terms of the concern, because see, they're homeschooled. They were not given any vaccine or shots whatsoever at birth. They live set apart. They eat the food that their father hunts and grows for them. They drink the water out the land. They do get little lollipops here and there, but for the most part, they eat a pretty healthy and pretty clean life. And we just don't have to worry about the notion of having somebody force us to comply with something that they're giving in exchange for their little trinkets or whatever it is that they want to give. So I have to do anything I don't want to do with myself uh, or my children. So that's why it feels good, and we stress so much to, not be in a situation, because see, anything that they take away is fine by me. Anything, and they're not giving much of anything anyway, in a larger scheme of things. Um, but the idea is that whatever it is that they think we're dependent on, we're not. And that's the beautiful thing about this situation, because when you live a healthy life and you can produce for yourself, you don't have to be concerned about these things. A lot of people will soon be forced to have their children take the shot. A lot of people are being forced themselves to take the shot. And we're seeing, and I'm getting the reports. I mean, I talk to people, and it's pretty sad to see what's going on with these people and their health conditions and what's happening. All because they have to trade 40, 50, 60 hours a week to get a piece of paper that the United States government prints out of thin air. That's just the truth. I mean, it's just simple truth of the matter. And so this is why it's so important to get out here and show the living example, because you can do it. I'm not special. I'm no more special than the next person. Some people chose to go to college to get a college degree and get in $100,000 worth of debt, to go and work at a corporation, make $200,000 a year, and live in a nice $500,000 home in the suburbs, and drive a nice mortgage car, or a lease car, or finance car with a 30-year mortgage. And hey, man, they decided to do all that. Nobody says nothing against those people. But when you decide to be self-sufficient, and be able to do for yourself. Now, you the kook, you the crackpot, you the conspiracy theorist, you're the person that's unhinged, even though we have no debt, even though we're not relying on the system for anything, and we're not out here bothering anybody either. You see how that works? You see the change? I mean, folks, nobody says anything about somebody going to work for $20,000, to work for 20 years, and get a pension upwards of $100,000, and you are working for the city of New York, or the city of Chicago, or the city of Los Angeles, and go and push papers, and be a part of the bureaucracy that enslaves the people. No one says anything about that. No one says anything about that. That's just a noble thing to do. And again, if somebody has chosen to do that, they made the choice and decision to do it. Likewise, I advocate, just like other lawyers advocate for a lawyers union. I advocate just like a nurses union would advocate for them. Just like a teachers union, corporate executives, wherever you have it. Baseball players and a baseball players, so I can go on and on. I advocate for people who do and live the way I live, and I think that is the right way to go, because as we progress into this collapse that we're seeing, that's happening clearly right before our eyes. We're going to see who was right and who was wrong. We're going to see who was operating in the spirit of truth and who was operating in the spirit of error. And hey, I study the word. I study the book. I've been taught how to study the book from a Hebraic perspective. I understand where I put in that, where I'm placed in that whole scheme of things, and I'm working on doing my part. And I suggest that you do yours, because, hey, It's bad. It's getting worse, and uh, it's a matter that should be taken seriously, not only for yourselves and your own health, but the health and safety and welfare of your children as well, if you really love them. Because a lot of people, they don't love their children the way they claim that they do. You know, I mean, uh, you lead and guide your children into better choices and decisions. You teach them according to the word so they'll walk in the way. You raise them and you protect them to make sure that they are clear of predators, to make sure that they're clear of any unclean thing, so that they learn what it means to be a virtuous daughter of Zion. To be able to grow up and to love and to honor her husband, because she's supposed to be a helpmeet to a man. And that's our responsibility as parents to ensure that that's what they become. And so you look at people in function and you know through their actions that they don't believe what they say. I mean, that's just the truth of the matter. Sure, do we all have work and we see where folks can do better? Of course, we're all at different walks, but when people ain't walking at all, when people just talking and talking, ain't taking no kind of steps at all, you know exactly what we're talking about. So, it's a blessing. It's a wonderful thing to ensure that we don't have to worry about no shots. There's nothing that they can take from us that we can't do for ourselves. And that's an unfortunate thing for most. But for the remnant, that's just the way we do.